Question. The guy that went ahead and gave the order to, blow up the train cars, I'm just kind of curious at what. How did you come to the conclusion that that was the absolute best course of action? I went ahead on the internet and used, the search engine and looked up vinyl chloride. I went to the CDC website. It's available for everybody to use. And I know that we're all suspicious of shit right now, and especially with jibby jab and all that weird shit. But CDC website. I wrote it down because I'm doing this on my phone. Vinyl chloride can irritate eyes, mucous membranes, and respiratory tract. Chronic exposure can cause permanent liver injury and liver cancer, neurological or behavioral symptoms, and changes to the skin and bones of the hand. These are directly from the MMG, which basically that stands for Medical Management Guidelines. So the medical management guidelines that are available for anybody to go onto any search engine that they'd like and look up the science. If you had that information available, why the flying did you pull the plug on that? Are we trying to kill Ohio here? Okay, so Ohio is actually, it's kind of an important place. The Ohio River is kind of an important thing. It flows through so many different states. It goes into the Mississippi, and then it empties into the Gulf of Mexico, into the ocean. When this crap happened, there was 3,500 fish that were floating. There's no update on those numbers. Why? Maybe they don't want you to really actually know. Poor little Miss Jamie Causa had to evacuate. She's right there from East Palestine, Ohio. And I'd like to know who did it, but they offered to do first and last month and deposit and moving costs. Who offered? Yeah. Then a metal manufacturing plant about 70 miles away blew up on Monday. As I watched, and you can look this stuff up too, it's an interesting, wonderful, sweet little town. The residents didn't deserve this shit. Nobody deserves this shit. Are we literally trying to kill everybody in Ohio? There's going to be 2 new Intel chip processing plants in Ohio. Biggest in the world, not just the country. Biggest in the world. What a better way to buy up real estate, honestly. Because you're just going to put down a big-ass thick concrete pad and you're going to stand there and make a bunch of chips and stuff. But the median house or residential costs are like $89,000. The rest of the country is upwards of 200. Here in Washington, oh my God, you don't even want to know what's on the west side because that's ridiculous. Personally, everything's ridiculous on the west side. They're all crazy. And have absolutely nothing to do with Eastern Washington, might I add. Because, yeah, anyway. There's a heavy presence of the Amish. What did we just go through? That poor little Amish farmer. This is the weaponization of America by the American government. We have allowed the Chinese government to buy our farmland. Why? Why would you do that? They got plenty of places over there to grow shit. They all need to be over there growing their own shit. We had Chinese nationals busted not more than 2 miles as the crow flies from my place, from my little itty farm here in the inland northwest Washington. They were busted doing drugs, selling drugs. Bunches of shit seized. They're buying little properties everywhere. Why are they doing that? Oh. There's all sorts of weird shit going on, man. But Ohio? Seriously? Are we trying to... Here's what I think. I think y'all in the government are trying to basically, this is another, not only a red dress to keep our asses from concentrating on what the fuck ups y'all are, but I think that there's an end game. Am I right? If you weaponize the food, if you take away people's property, if you make them cold, if you make them hungry, they're going to be much more pliable to control. There's so much bullshit going on right now in the world. We're about ready to enter World War III. And you've got Biden over there visiting Ukraine. I'm not saying that, I don't feel for the Ukrainian people. I do. And then today, who goes to Ohio? Trump! Yeah. He's the one person that they couldn't buy off. And he's such a big freaking personality. It's kind of hard to, I don't know, say that he's suicidal. Why are we not doing something about this? Why are we, as the people of our great United States, not doing something about this? My family has fought in every single war since the revolution, escaping religious persecution, famine, and, government, sons of bitches, making a buck. This shit's surreal. This is why. Here's another little thing, too. And I'm not letting this go because, again, nobody's talking about this. January 6th. How many representatives stood up and said, we have a problem with the vote? We find that there is evidence and we'd like an investigation. Boom! Oh my God! Washington, D.C. explodes. Everybody goes into the bunker. Any process in Washington, D.C. takes forever to investigate, to look into, to resolve. No, they come out of the bunker and go, yeah, we thought about it and went, nah, there's no problem whatsoever. You know what the problem was? And I'm saying it. And I'd also like to point out that I love my life. I am not suicidal in any way, shape, or form. I am so looking forward to the rest of my life, which is going to be years, decades, dude. So, but I'm going to say it. You know why they came up from the bunker going, no, no, we were just kidding. There's nothing wrong. Because some son of a bitch had a cell phone and went, honey, so we have government, there's men with guns, and that's what I think. I think our government took those representatives. I think they did shit. And I think that there was a cell phone conversation between a lot of families going, please, baby, just do whatever they ask. Think of the grandkids. Think of the children. Because why did it take so little time for everybody to come out of that bunker? We have a corrupt government, ladies and gentlemen. It's a corrupt government. Our country is in distress. And we all need to be flying that flag upside down, children. This is not what my ancestors fought for. This is not what my ancestors came to America for. This is not right. And we as Americans need to speak the fuck up against what's going on. We are killing our own people. We're getting ready to provide welfare to the Ukrainians. Whilst there are people in America going hungry that are homeless because of the state of our union. And if you don't think it's true, if you think all I'm saying is bullshit, like I said, I started this talking about the CDC. So go to the CDC website, look up, what is it? Medical Management Guidelines for Vinyl Chloride. Okay? Just look at this stuff. I see patterns. Very well could get me killed for what I'm saying. Probably, most certainly, get me banned on this channel, but somebody's got to say it, man. What the hell is going on? We're killing people in Ohio. We're acting like it's no big deal. We're killing people in Flint, Michigan, and it's no big deal. You're letting senior citizens choose between food and medication. You're letting parents choose between food and medication. You are taking advantage of the American public. And the thing is, guys, you work for us. We don't work for you. You work for us. I've been a manager. I've owned my own business. I've managed residential properties. I've worked in the hotel industry. And if I ever had an employee pulling the kind of shit that you're pulling now, I would fire you. You need to be fired. You're fired. To everybody in Ohio, my heart is with you, babies. Don't drink the water. Get the fuck out. And scream from every way possible that you can. And everybody else needs to start screaming too. Because this isn't right. Our government is literally taking us to the World War III brink. Meanwhile, killing our own countrymen. They are weaponizing the food industry. It's the dumbification of America, taking away art, taking away shop, taking away home ec, vilifying trade schools. It's so that nobody thinks. And a lot of you folks need to wake up. Because if I was a manager, the government would be fired. It's got to stop being about electing the best choice out of the worst choices we have. Why not everybody, kind of like the draft, get subjected to an IQ test, general comprehension shit, and then every 4 years there's a lottery. Something has to change. Because we have people in the government that have been there for decades. Things are not getting any better. They're getting a hell of a lot worse. And because people think that there's nothing wrong going on, there's so many people thinking that it's all just, oh no, they're going to take care of us. It's going to be fine. That they're getting away with more and more and more. And now, they're killing the people in Ohio. They're going to be killing the people that live around Ohio. They're going to be killing the insects, the birds, the fish, the wildlife. Wherever that shit rained down, wherever it went into creeks, brooks, springs, rivers, and eventually the ocean. You did this. You fucking did this. You did this. So you better get your shit together. And you better figure out what the fuck to do next, because the American public is pissed. And I think you all should be fired. That's my fucking rant. Let's go, Brandon.